welcome to MomStar Podcast. This is CELENE. She is a nurse injector out here in Goodyear, Arizona. How are you?
Good.
Yay! So excited to have you here today.
I'm excited.
And we are going to talk a little bit about your journey and being a mompreneur and how you feel about it and how you got here.
Yeah.
And so,
do it.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's get
How much time do you have?
How long is this going to take us? So let's start by telling us about your childhood.
Okay.
I know that you had a rough childhood growing up.
Yeah.
And so do you want to get into a little bit about that and tell us what your childhood looked like when you were a younger girl?
Yeah. So it started, I don't know how back I want to take it, but I was born in LA. Okay. So I was born in LA. We moved to Mexico when I was really, really young. So we lived around Guadalajara for a few years. So I feel like that kind of marked me at the beginning of my childhood. Okay. Because I didn't grow up with like friends. You know, I didn't have childhood friends that, typically that's
a community.
Like, right.
You have a community.
Yeah. Normally kids, grow up and they go to the same school and they have friends. I didn't have that. So because we moved a lot.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Yeah. So that kind of like marked me in a sense, a sense of a community. I didn't have that, you know. From there, my mom separated from my dad, remarried.
So your dad was in Guadalajara?
My dad was in LA.
Oh, LA. Oh, got it. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So she separated from him, went to Mexico and remarried in Mexico. And then we moved back to the United States. With my stepdad.
Okay. Okay. So she remarried in Mexico, Guadalajara. Yep. And then moved back to LA?
We moved back to Fresno.
Okay. So California, Fresno. Okay. Got it.
Yep. So that's how that started.
And so at that age, when you guys moved back to Fresno?
I was like around 10, 11.
Oh, okay.
At that time.
And did you have siblings?
Yeah. At that time, my little sister.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. Now she's 22. But yeah, so we had her. Well, my mom had her. Okay. Right. So we moved here.
To the U.S.
To the U.S. Yeah, so my sister was actually born in Mexico.
Oh, got it.
So she came out here when she was only like 2 months old.
Oh, she was newborn. Oh, no.
She's a baby.
Yeah. So, okay, you've moved back here to the States. Yep. With your newborn sister and your stepfather.
Yeah. But my stepdad never really recognized me as his daughter. So that's how that story began for me. He never recognized me as his daughter, which I wasn't, but he never accepted it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So it was a very troubling relationship with him and my mom. Okay. My mom, I feel like, was more worried about keeping her relationship with him than to have a relationship with me. And I don't know, maybe that was her own trauma. I'm not sure. Right. But that was a long story there, but that led me to run away. Okay. So I ran away when I was 14.
So at 14 years old, and you decided to be a runaway.
Yeah, because I couldn't take it anymore. I couldn't deal with a lot of things that happened. So I was like, I'm done. And I didn't have any family. I didn't have any sisters. I didn't have no brothers. I didn't have no aunts, uncles, nothing.
Yeah, you didn't have anyone to turn to.
No. So I had a boyfriend at the time.
Okay.
And
at 14. Okay.
And to me, that was my safe boat.
Oh, God.
That was my safe. Okay, who else? Yeah. Was I going to go to, you know? Yeah. So I was like, okay, then I'll go with him then. So I ended up moving out with my boyfriend at the time.
Wait, okay. So at this time, you guys are 14.
He was 16.
He's 16.
He was 16. I was 14. Yeah.
Okay. And so.
But his family was they're like, okay, yeah, sure. Have her move in. It's not a problem.
Wow. Sure. They just let you move in.
Yeah. They weren't strict at all. Like the kids were able to do whatever they wanted type of thing. And
okay.
Yeah. So we lived there.
Wow.
Yeah. And I was in that relationship for about 4 years. But that was another abusive relationship. And I don't want to put all the blame on him because he was very young. He was only 16. So he didn't know what he was doing.
Right.
He was pretending to be a husband. I was pretending to be a wife. And what do we know?
Right.
We're kids.
Yeah.
We're kids. So that relationship was very abusive. There was like drugs involved. There was a lot of things.
Chaos.
Very chaotic.
And you guys moved into a home where there was no
structure. None.
So that clearly was
recipe for disaster.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So then I would fight with him. I would move out with a friend, and I would come back, fight with him, move out with a friend because at that time I couldn't work. Right. I was 14, 15.
Were you still going to school?
Yes and no.
When you felt like it.
Yeah, pretty much.
So at 14, did you feel like you had friends at school at least?
No, I never fit in. I was that girl that never fit in because my English was very like choppy because I lived in Mexico. Okay. So I was kind of like known as like I don't know. I just never felt like I fit in, you know, because everybody grew up with each other. Everybody had friends. Yeah. Everybody had their relationship
already.
Yes. And because we moved a lot, I was always at different schools and I was always a new girl.
Oh, got it.
You know? So I never really had like a group.
Stability.
Yeah, exactly. And then I moved from my mom's house to my boyfriend's house. So then I moved schools again. So it was a constant move.
So did your mom come to an agreement and register you into a new school? So who registered you into a new school? Oh, your mom did.
Yeah. My mom never asked me to move back. She never said, please move back. Nothing. She was like, okay, you want to move out? Then go ahead. What school do you want to go to?
And she signed you up?
Yeah. So she just signed me up to another school. Yeah. So that was a whole thing. You know, as a young girl, I feel like no little girl should ever experience that.
Yeah.
You know, it's unfortunate, but it shaped me. Right. It shaped me to the person that I am.
You are today.
Yeah. Yeah, so I can't say I'm grateful for that because it was a really rough time.
Right.
But it is what it is. And either you can, you know, cry about it and feel sorry for yourself, or you keep it moving.
Yeah, you accept it and you use it.
What are you going to do?
Power.
Exactly. What are you going to do? Just sit there and cry and be like, oh, poor me? And then what?
Yeah.
You know?
It doesn't work like that.
No. I know there's more to it.
Don't get me wrong. I do believe that you should sit there and cry and mourn yourself through whatever relationships that you have. But the willpower to get back up, and that's where your strength is shown.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. That's amazing.
So then after that, I appreciate that. Thank you. But after that, because I don't like to pound and pound, like things like that, you know, after that, my boyfriend and I, we ended up moving to Utah.
Okay.
Because of we had to move to Utah.
Right.
Okay.
Your 14-year-old boyfriend.
No. So at that time, I was already like 17. So now I'm 17. Okay. We moved to Utah. And at that point, when I moved to Utah is when I realized I was like kind of growing up, right? My boyfriend at the time, he almost stayed into like this wannabe gangster type of mentality.
Okay.
And I wasn't.
You didn't like it?
I didn't like it. At first I thought it was fun. I was like, oh, this is fun.
Yeah.
You know?
It was cool.
Yeah. And then I was just like, no, like this is not working out for me. At that time I was a CNA. So I ended up working at this facility and I was, you know, trying to
tell us what a CNA is.
Oh, certified nurse assistant. Okay. So I worked at a facility and I would take care of like elderly people.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how I got into the medical field was as a CNA.
That was your first job into the medical field?
Yeah, as a certified nurse assistant. I was actually working at a hospital in California as a high school student. And that changed my view in life. I was like, oh, there's actually, I lived in a bubble before, right? And I started seeing like professionals and how they dressed, how they would communicate with other people, and just a different world.
Yeah. You were exposed more, a little more than you've ever been.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So then I was like, ooh.
And you're getting older, and so it's
maturing. Like my train of thought, my mind was changing. Right. You know, as I was getting older, and so when we moved to Utah, I was a CNA there. I transferred my license because you get a license as a CNA from California to Utah. Okay. But then my ex-boyfriend, or my boyfriend at the time, he was kind of like stuck. Okay. He wasn't evolving. He wasn't excited about getting another job. He didn't really care about getting another job. He would work at temp agencies. And I don't want to bash him. That's not what I'm trying to do. Yeah. I'm just talking about like how the difference between you two. We started, you know, just kind of like separating. We started kind of going different routes. Right, you know, I was trying to like I'm like, oh, I would like to have a nicer car. Right. You know, we drove like this like little broken down car. It was always a starter car. Yeah. And I was like, I want more. Yeah. Right. And he wasn't in that stage in life yet.
He was stuck.
Yeah. Okay. And so
I was comfortable. Maybe we should use that term.
Right. Yes.
Some people get comfortable and then they're just okay with what they have and where they're at.
Exactly.
And there's nothing wrong with that. But it's just when people evolve, we just all automatically separate.
Yeah, we change. Yeah. We all do. I'm not the same person I was when I was obviously 14. Right. Then when I was 20, then when I'm right now 34. You know, I'm 34 now, so I'm not the same person. We all change. Right. And so I just started noticing those things, and I started like to get frustrated. So I'm like, okay, like what are we doing? Right. And then so we ended up breaking things off. I ended up staying in my apartment. He moved out, and then a few months later, I met my current husband.
Okay.
Yeah. So we worked together.
So you're married.
Yeah. So I'm married now.
Tell us about your husband.
So we've been married for 16 years.
Wow.
Yeah, 16 years now. We met in 2010.
How do you feel being married 16
years? Oh, it's great. It's fabulous. It's been nothing but rainbows.
Oh, no. How wonderful marriage can be.
Yeah, you know, like any other marriage. Yeah. You know, ups and downs. And again, my husband and I, we have an age gap, right? Okay. So we have an age gap. So sometimes that can kind of play a role in certain aspects. But but we make it work.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's good. And you met him when you moved out there to Fresno?
To Utah.
Oh, Utah. Sorry.
Yeah. So I met him in Utah. We worked together. We worked together for a year.
Okay.
But I mean, like, hi, how are you? Just like how any other coworker. But then one time after I separated from my ex-boyfriend, one of our coworkers was like, oh, where are you from? I'm like, oh, I'm from California. Where are you from? Oh, from California.
Oh,
so that's how we started talking. Yeah, because I didn't know where he was from. He didn't know where I was from. We just worked together, but just like any other coworker.
Right.
Hi, how are you? Good. Okay. Have a nice day.
Okay.
Type of thing, you know? So until a year later, when they like introduced each other and we started talking about where we're from, we ended up being from the same place.
City.
Yeah, same city.
Wow.
Yeah, Fresno, California.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And that's how the conversation started.
That's how it started.
Mm-hmm.
And that was it.
Yeah.
The rest is history.
Yep, that's it. Yeah.
But at first sight, he dropped to his knees and just fell
me. Exactly. That's exactly how it happened.
I knew it.
Yeah. So he's a respiratory therapist.
Okay.
So that's how he
was doing there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And so then we ended up having Aiden, my son, and then after that, I was a high school dropout. I ended up getting my GED.
Okay.
Because I wanted to be a nurse. I admire that field. I admire everything about it, and so I got my GED with that purpose. We ended up moving back to California because I wanted to be closer to, shockingly, my mom.
Yeah.
Because years have passed. Yeah, and I wanted my mom to be close to my son because I wanted my son to have some type of family environment, right? Okay. So we ended up moving back
to Fresno.
And then I started going to school.
Yeah. So you had Aiden was how old when you started going back to school?
Aiden was
how old were you?
How old I was 27.
And Aiden
Aiden was about,
so you were 27.
He was about like 5.
Okay.
6. About that.
Okay.
Yeah. So he was a little older.
And you were in school.
But Aiden was about like 4 or 5, right? And I'm like, okay, I was already about 25-ish or so. And I was like, okay, either we're going to have another baby or we're not, because I want to go back to school. Okay. So it's either have a baby or go back to school.
Okay.
So we tried for another baby. It didn't happen. It wasn't happening. We went to the doctors. Everything was normal. I was normal. He was fine. It just wasn't happening.
Okay.
So I was like, you know what? Maybe this is God's
sign
of like, you know what? You don't have to have another baby. The one is fine. Go back to school.
Okay.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? I'm enrolled into school, start community college, Fresno Community College, and see what happens. I enroll. I started in August. I found out I was pregnant in September.
Wow. But have you ever heard, now that you say that,
yeah,
people who, I think the amount of stress that you focus on getting pregnant plays a role in it.
But the doctor would tell me, just stop thinking about it. How do you stop thinking about it when you're actively trying to have a baby?
Right. I understand what you're saying, but I'm saying that it's such a common story when people say, I shifted to like adoption, or I shifted to taking my mind off of it for whatever reason, like a weight loss or adoption,
working out,
and something different, and then boom, it just happens. So, so you ended up getting pregnant.
Yep, right when I started school.
Oh, wow.
And so that freaked me out because I didn't want to do that. That's not fair to the baby. That's not fair for Aiden. That's not fair to anybody,
you
right?
You felt like that was not fair at the time.
Yes. Okay. Yes, because that's time away. I'm very much like, if you're going to do something, do it right, or just don't do it at all.
Okay.
That's just how I feel, you know? So, but then I was like, well, you already started.
Yeah.
And knowing me, if I didn't continue doing it, I wasn't going to do it again. I was going to stop.
Okay.
So I was like, oh, well, then we're going to be pregnant and go to school at the same time. It is what it is.
Yeah.
And so I was supposed to take 14 credits, which is about 3 or 4 classes at the time. I didn't. I ended up just doing 1 because I was very, very sick. I remember being at the parking lot at school, throwing up at the parking lot. Yeah.
Really?
Just very sick.
Did you get like that with
I lost weight. No.
Oh, wow.
No, only with Brielle.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was in the parking lot throwing up and just going to class, and I would have to take a stop. Like, I'll be back. I need to go bathroom. It was bad. It was really bad. I lost a lot of weight in the beginning of my pregnancy with her too. Yeah, I got really skinny.
Wow. Okay, so did your husband have any side effects? Because I've heard husbands have them too.
My husband did with my first one, not with the second one. With my first one, he would eat an entire extra large pizza by himself.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'd be like, "Oh, thanks for giving me some."
Yeah, I'm not hungry. I'm not carrying.
Yeah. So it took me a total of 7 years to get my degree because I didn't take the class I was supposed to, right? So instead of taking 4 classes, I was taking 1 class at a time.
Oh, got it. Because you had the babies.
Yeah, I was
So you're a
pregnant.
mom.
Yeah, I was pregnant, and then I had her. I took summer off, and then we ended up moving over here to Arizona, and some of my credits didn't transfer, so I had to start over with some of my classes.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, and then I was considered out-of-state student, so I was paying a lot of money for 1 class.
Oh, yeah.
On top of that, I wasn't considered in-state, so I was paying out-of-state tuition. So I had to backtrack and only take 1 class. I was already taking like 3.
Down.
I had to go back and just take 1 instead of 4.
Yeah, because the cost.
Yeah.
The cost would have been higher. That totally
Yep.
makes sense. So when you backtracked, did you feel like it was slowing you down? Were you getting anxious with that?
It was frustrating because at the beginning I'm like, oh, just take it 1 step at a time. But then at this time, I already had 2 kids now.
Right.
My husband was paying for all the expenses because I didn't work. I was lucky enough and fortunate enough that my husband was able to pay for.
Yeah, and such encouraging, right? Like he's strongly encouraged you to go through it.
He pushed me hard.
Yes.
There were so many times I'm like, I don't need this. He's like, no, yes, you do.
Yeah.
Yes, you do need it. And not because of me, but for you. Like, you need to do this for yourself, for your kids. He was the one that pushed me hard. Oh, yeah. Yeah. There was many times where I was like, I can't do this.
Yeah.
I don't want to do this anymore. It was hard.
That you wanted to quit.
Yeah, because I was a wife. I was a mom. I was, like the one behind everything.
Feeling overwhelmed.
Yes, it was a lot. And I didn't have any help. It was just him and I, and that was it.
Right.
Right. So it was really hard.
Yeah.
It was tough.
School.
Yeah. And a lot of pressure because he was like, you got to do this. You have to do this. You have to do this. And I'm like, I don't want to. Leave me alone.
This is so damn.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why are you giving me a future? But that is so rewarding that you made it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Moving forward, right? Yeah. I graduated in 2024. I went to Estrella Community College here in Arizona, and then I got my bachelor's degree at NAU.
Nice.
So yeah,
That's so exciting. Yeah. And today you are
a nurse injector.
Okay.
So I opened up my office back in 2025, October 2025.
Entrepreneur here.
Yes, yes. It was scary.
It is
very scary because I started with nothing, no clients at all. I was working at a health and wellness clinic previously.
Okay.
Where I learned a lot of my skills. I was fortunate enough to find a boss that was willing to invest in me.
Okay.
And she paid for my certifications to become a nurse injector.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, yeah. So I stayed there for about a year and a half. Some things happened along the way, and I ended up opening up my own thing. And so
today you have your own shop.
Yep, Desert Beauty Aesthetics.
Yeah.
In Goodyear, Arizona. Yeah, yeah.
And what do you offer at your suite?
Yeah, so I offer a lot of different things. So I started offering Botox and filler.
Okay.
And we do vitamin injections. Are really
popular. To call her the Botoxica.
Botoxica. Because we're not toxic at all. Yeah. So I offer so Botox, filler. I do chemical peels, microneedling. Vitamin injections are very, very popular right now. Just because who doesn't want to feel energized, wants to be healthier.
Right, and a boost.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we offer that as well. And I offer also just launching my weight loss program.
Awesome. Yeah. Congratulations.
So thank you.
That's so exciting.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of work.
So how do you feel today?
I feel like, even though I do feel accomplished, I feel like I still have a lot to, what's the word I'm looking for? A lot to prove. I feel like I have a chip on my shoulders still.
Who do you feel like you have to prove to?
I don't know. Like myself, I guess.
Okay.
I just feel like there's so much more to learn and to do, and there's so much more.
I think learning is a never-ending thing. Though,
yeah.
Right? Like we never want to stop learning.
Yeah.
That's what keeps us going on a daily.
Yeah, it's true.
And so you're always going to learn something.
Yeah.
Studies evolve. Technology evolves.
Yeah, and the aesthetic industry
evolves.
There's always something new.
Right.
They're always trying to make money, right? So they're always coming up with new things. So it's constantly learning, constantly trying to catch up. What's the next thing?
Right.
And it's not just aesthetics. It's medicine at the end of the day.
Right.
You're injecting people's faces. So there's a very high risk of a lot of things going wrong, which there's a lot of benefits too, of course.
Right.
But you have to know what you're doing, right?
Absolutely. So do you educate yourself constantly?
Yeah, constantly. You have to.
Okay.
You can't fall behind in this industry. Because of, again, it's medicine.
Right.
And it's always changing, and there's a lot of trainings to do and a lot of investing constantly. Yeah.
Right. And have you seen ugly things along your journey?
Yeah.
Things that
they always want to come to me and want me to fix it. And I'm like, I don't want to touch that. I'm like, I don't want my name around that because a lot of people, we live, we're in Arizona. We live right next to Mexico.
Right.
A lot of people go to Mexico, and because what I found is that they don't care if it's FDA approved or if there's any.
I know. Is that wild? Like today, I feel like there's so many, especially with these peptides.
Oh my gosh.
It's like,
don't get me started. That's a whole other episode.
We're gonna have to do a peptide episode.
Yep.
With more nurses.
Yes.
But yeah, so they come to you after they've done work in Mexico.
Yeah, and then they have lumps and bumps and side effects, and like, can you help me? And it's like, I wish I could, but ethically, like, I don't know what they injected in you. So how am I going to inject over top of something that I don't know, I'm not familiar with?
Right.
And so I just refer them to their doctor, and then hopefully the doctor can help them because it's risky.
Right.
Because I don't know if what I inject you is going to contraindicate with what you already have in your body.
Correct.
And it's just not, it's not right.
Yeah, it's not fair.
Yeah.
To neither side, to you or them.
Right. Yeah.
So that totally makes sense.
So I always just refer them out. Yeah. So either someone that's more knowledgeable in that area, I always refer them out. I'm not a yes person. If I'm not comfortable, I will tell you, no, this is not right. We should not continue. Let me refer you out.
That's
right. Or to the doctor, whatever the case may be, depending on what they need. So.
Right. Mm-hmm. That is so
wild.
Yeah.
It's a wild west out here. Yeah. It's crazy.
It's where we're at. Right?
Yeah.
Mexico's right here.
It's right around the corner.
Yeah. I've met so many people who are like, I just crossed the border and just.
Yeah. And I'm not saying everything what they have out there is wrong. It's not. I'm sure there's a lot of medical practices that are legit and that they get their stuff, their medications in a proper way. But just like there isn't.
Yeah.
And we don't know. I don't know. Right. So
what's out there?
Yeah.
Well, this is amazing. Yeah. I just want to say congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate
thank you
it.
for. Do you have any words of wisdom for the ladies out there, for the young ladies out there? Like CELENE was a dropout. CELENE had a hard childhood.
Yeah.
She had crazy boyfriends along her way. I mean, and she today has her own business, her own practice. She's doing it. And so, I mean,
I would
share your words of wisdom to these young ladies out there.
I would say is that no matter what happened to you in the past, yes, I'm sure it was difficult and it was a hard time. And that does not define who you are today. You are you create your own destiny. Right? Yes, it's difficult. Yes, it's hard. But there is light at the end of the tunnel. But it's up to you to make that happen. Right? I didn't have a lot of support, but I had the support that I needed, which was my husband. My husband's the one that pushed me through that. If it wasn't for him,
Shout out to Ramon.
If it wasn't for him, I don't know if I would be here today. Just because there was many times that I was like, I can't keep doing this. It's there was a lot of times where I was away from my kids for many hours, for many days at a time. I would sit at my desk for 10 hours a day, just grinding through. And sometimes I would sit back and be like, is this even worth it?
Right.
Like, I had my daughter sitting at the corner at my desk crying because she was little at the time. She was 2, she was 1, and she wanted me to be with her. So it was tough, but it can be done, So my words would be just keep going because it will be worth it one day.
Yeah, one step at a time.
One step at a time. Yeah, don't look too ahead because you'll drive yourself crazy. Just look tomorrow. What's gonna happen tomorrow, and just go from there.
I know that's the struggle, huh?
Yeah.
It's like, you want to be there.
You want to be there right there and then.
Yeah. It doesn't happen overnight.
Nope. I mean, good things happen over time.
Right.
Easy things don't come. No, good things don't come easy.
Good things don't come easy.
Is that the saying? I don't know what to say.
This is saying out there.
You know what I'm talking about, right? They say, good things don't come easy. So just grind. Grind. And I have a lot of I follow a lot of really rich people and people that have grinded their way through.
We call it wealthy.
Wealthy. Wealthy people.
Yeah.
And a lot of them, not everybody, a lot of people just come from wealthy families, right? Yeah. But the people that didn't, they would grind. They would grind their way through.
Right.
It's not easy.
Right.
It's not an easy path, but it's worth it. It pays off.
Right.
I would say.
Just where you're at today is you see how much it has paid off with your family. So
yeah, absolutely.
That's a beautiful thing. Yay.
Absolutely.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you so much
for joining us here.
Thank you. Appreciate you so much.
Today you have your own shop.
Yep. Desert Beauty Aesthetic.
Bye.